Hello again. Welcome to a training video of the sort options features of the report screen in PayPak Professional 4.0 and other GreyNote software products. For those of you who may have seen the video on the report screen, this particular video explains in greater detail how the sort features work. So we go to Records from the main menu, we choose Standard Reports, and this is the reports screen. Now I've hidden some reports from my list, so I'm going to show all of them for the purposes of this demonstration. Good, there's all our reports displayed, and this column here is the sort column. Now, as we explained in the other videos, there are two types of reports in PayPak Professional and other GreyNote products. You have list reports, such as this authorities one here, there's an accounts one here, and for those types of reports, the report is in the list, and to print it, you just double click on the name here, like this, and the information comes up. Now by default, the information in that report, in the list reports, is sorted usually by the description or name, or if it's a numeric type of record, like for transactions which have numbers, they're sorted by the transaction number in most cases. Now there are times when you may want to change the order in which these records are printed on the report, and that's the focus of this video, to show you how that's done for the list reports. The other type of report which we have is what we call a form report, and if I open, this is one of them here, the account inquiries. If I open that, these are reports which have their own screen and they have their own options. Some of them may have options to sort the information, so let's just let's pick a date in here, 1st of January 2021. Click the first record, and up comes some information. Now, in this particular case, there's a filter option. I can choose the dates for the report, but there is no option to sort the information, because in this particular case, this report sorts the transactions by date, and then the batch number. So that's not an option in this particular screen. The form reports, they come in all shapes and sizes for all sorts of options. So let's go to another one which would have sort options. Show you what that looks like. An example, the accounting summary. Right here it has sort by. There's a drop down list and you see a list of values which you can sort by. If I display the information, it's sorted by the account ID. I can also, though, after it's printed, click on these column headers and sort the information by any of these column headers, ascending or descending, whichever manner I prefer. So the form reports, some of them, they will have whatever options are required for them or necessary for them to enable you to sort the information. Some of them don't have it, as you saw with the account inquiry screen before. This one does have an option to sort, so it varies from report to report. Sometimes you may want to sort by employee, you may want to by the employee names, you may want to sort by dates, you may want to sort by any manner of any sort of field. Now, the list reports are different. They have a standard common screen, a little interface screen, which allows you to sort their records. Now, the sort column is where that's done. Where you see NA in the sort column, it's either one of two things. Either it either represents a form report, or it can be a list report which does not allow sorting. We have some of them in here which I'll show you. Here we've got some employee style reports in here. Style A, style B, C, D. The A and the B and the E and the F and the G allow you to filter. How you know you can filter is if the cell is blank. If this cell is blank, you can double click and this brings up the sort options window, which we're going to go back to in a moment. If the cell is not blank, and you see the NA, in this case it's not a form report, but it's a list report which is already sorted in a particular way. So this first one here, the style C, this is grouped by department. The style D is grouped by department and again subgrouped by category. So for that reason, you're not allowed to change the order of the reports, because these reports are designed to present information in a particular format, and allowing the user to change the sort order would interfere with the display of the information. So just to recap, the NA means no sorting, not available, not applicable, and that's for form reports or list reports which are grouped in a particular manner. Now let's go back to the accounts list report, which is here, and I'm going to show you the options to sort the columns there. You double click on the cell and it brings up the fields. Now this report comes from one table, it's just called accounts, and these are the columns which you can choose from. And this section here on the right is where you select, is where you place the columns that you've selected. So how to select them, you just basically double click on them. So I come here, I double click, and the double click can send it from one side to the other. So if I've chosen it, it goes over here, and if I double click, it's removed, it's sent back over the side where it started. So I double click on description, it comes over here, and I can double click on the order column, and if I apply this, my sort order now says accounts description D for descending. And if I double click on the report and preview it, now you've got the descriptions in descending order. Now this is a very simple report. It's a table that only has a few fields. Let's go to something a little bigger, and there is an employees, just click on the E here, there's an employee addresses report. This is it right here. And if we look at that and preview it, you've got a list of employees, 40 employees here, the ID, the name, the address 1 and address 2. There's nothing in address 3. Now if you look at the list, you would observe that address 2 seems to be the parish, and address 1 is the district where the employees live. Now I want to sort this list by address 1. So what I'm going to do, because right now it's sorted by the employees, like last name, first name, it appears to be, right? Last name, first name, right down to the list. I want to sort it. Let's say I wanted to go around and give some sort of donation or special gift to the employees, or for whatever reason I had to send someone out to deliver packages to the employees. And I want to get their addresses in a list so that it's in order for where the route is. So what we're going to do, we're going to sort by address 1. So if I come here, double click on the sort, employees, address 1. There it is. I double click on it. I want it in ascending order. So we apply, preview, and here it is. So we've got Ashford, Keene Garden, Dowles Road, Dublin Tenantry Road, Dover Gardens, Edge Hill Road, Featherbed Lane, Gemswick, etc., right down to Wanstead Terrace. Now this is good, but I notice that the parishes, which is address 2, they're scattered. You've got St. Thomas, St. John, St. Michael, St. Andrews, Christchurch, St. John again, Christchurch again, St. Michael again, St. Thomas again. When the person doing the deliveries is going out on the route, they may want to travel to one parish first, not go to St. Thomas and deliver to Ashford and then come back later to St. Thomas to go to Holy Innocents and Hopewell Terrace. So we want to sort the report now first by address 1, then by address 2. And that's very easy. You just come back here, double click on the sort cell, and we double click on address 2. Now the thing is, when you double click on it, the fields go over, the columns go over in the order in which they originally appear over here, or the order that you select them actually. So there, you want the address 2 in front of, you want the address 2 before address 1. Now I could remove address 1 and then add it back, and it comes at the bottom. That will work. But let's go back. Let's do an undo. The undo button will reset things the way they were. I could have also added the address 2. It goes to the bottom, and then this move column. I click on the row, and then I click on where I want to move it to, and voila, there you've got address 2 first, ascending, and then address 1 descending, ascending, sorry. So let's apply that and preview our report and have a little look, and there you go. You've got all the Christchurch ones together, and they're sorted in alphabetical order: Dover Gardens, Hastings, Regency Park, Dowles Road, St. Michael. You've got all the St. Michael ones together. You've got St. Andrew, St. John, etc. So this could be useful. This is much more useful now than the original list we saw, where the names were organized by surname, first name, but not by the geographic location. The only one thing I would notice here is when you look at, say, when you look at this list a little bit more carefully, I've noticed, for example, St. Michael Savannah Road here. Look at the names. You've got Maynes, you've got Erica Hill, then John Hill, and you've got Luke Downs. Now, if I wanted my list to be in alphabetical order, once I've got all the employees who are in a particular district, I may prefer that this list is sorted by surname, last name. So I wouldn't want Maynes at the top. At the top should be Downs, then Erica Hill, then John Hill, and then Christina Maynes. So I'm going to go back to my filter, my sort again, and I'm just going to add last name, followed by first name, apply, double click, and preview. And now if I go back to Savannah Road in St. Michael, I've got Luke Downs at the top, I've got Erica Hill, John Hill, and Christina Mays. It's now sorted by the surname and first name of the employees. And at the top of the list, you get a little guide as to the sort order, because it prints out the selected columns and it follows each column with either an A for ascending or a D for descending. In this case, these are all A's. So I'm going to close this, and that's the end of this video. That's the sort option. It has its own video. This video here, as I said. If you wish to see the video again, this is the button here with using the software. Just click on this button. It will link directly to the YouTube video. And the other sections of this screen also have their own videos which cover in detail how to use those particular sections, which are again the filter, the print manager, and there's one as well for if you wish to hide reports. So thank you very much for your time, and it's been a pleasure to produce these videos for you, and we look forward to producing even more in the days and weeks and months and years ahead. Thank you. Goodbye till next time.